Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you just after Arsenal's second pre-season game of the summer. They have drawn 2-2 at Rangers this afternoon, so still haven't won a game yet after that 2-1 defeat at Hibernian on Tuesday night. It's kind of same old story for Arsenal today. A host of missed opportunities, Aubameyang the chief culprit this time. And and in the end they needed a late goal from Eddie Nketiah to get themselves a draw at the end of their little week-long stay in Scotland. Normally I'll do a player ratings type thing after this, but it's tough to do that for this sort of game because you had basically two different teams, first half, second half. There's so many players, it's tough to go through them all. So instead of ratings, I'll probably talk about more of the players who really kind of impressed me, maybe took their opportunity well today, and a couple perhaps disappointed as well. And we'll go over some of the plus points that Mikel Arteta will take from today's game. And we'll also talk about Ben White as well, because there's some big transfer news involving him that I will discuss at the end of this video as well. So let's start with the plus points today, and we'll start with Nuno Tavares. Arsenal debut for him today, and he marked it with a goal. A really impressive 45 minutes from him, I thought. A kind of 45 minutes cameo, which really kind of demonstrated why Arsenal wanted to bring him in, and the attributes he has that could hopefully make him be a success at Arsenal over the next few years. Played on the left-hand side, as he always does at the back four. I mean, look, Rangers barely made any sort of impression on the Arsenal goal in the first half, apart from the goal they scored, which was from a set piece, which we'll get to. So Tavares didn't have to worry too much about defensive side of things, and that's the one area of his game. When he talks to people from Portugal who've seen him develop at Benfica, often say it's the weak point of his game. But going forward, that is certainly the plus point. Everyone that I spoke to who I knew who had seen Tavares come through at Benfica always talked about his plus points: his pace down the left-hand side, his ability to play with his right foot, even though he's a natural left-sided player, and this kind of impact he can have in the final third. And he showed that all during that 45 minutes that he played in the first half against Rangers today. Scored the goal, really good goal as well. Sort of forced the mistake from the defender because of his instinct to get forward into the box. Lovely touch with his left foot to bring it onto his right, and then a great finish across the keeper into the far corner with his right foot. And that's such a key area for Tavares. Everyone that I spoke to about him, and I know it's why Arsenal are really keen to bring him in as well, is that ability to use his right foot. Naturally left-sided player, so he's going to provide that cover that Arsenal desperately need for Kieran Tierney at left-back, which is why it was such a priority position for Arsenal going into the transfer window. But he can also add the versatility of having to play on the right-hand side if needed, because he's very strong with his right foot. When he came through at Benfica for the first few games a couple of seasons ago, he was actually played as a right-back despite being a left-back. And I thought it was just a really good, strong performance from Tavares today in that first 45 minutes. And it'll be really pleasing for Mikel Arteta that he settled in quickly and produced a type of performance like that. As I said, he wasn't really tested defensively, and that is certainly the weak part of his game, and that's the part that Arteta and the coaching staff will no doubt be looking to really improve on as the years go by. Because let's think about it, he's only 21, a very inexperienced player. He's been bought as one for the future, one that can develop and hopefully improve, and that'll be the area that Arsenal really work on. But offensively, going forward, we saw today some of the reasons why Arsenal were very keen to see off quite a bit of interest from rival clubs across Europe to bring Tavares in. So that'll be a big boost for Mikel Arteta, and will be very happy with how the new boy played. And I think he'll also be very happy, and I think we should all be very happy with the performance of Thomas Partey for the sort of 60 or so minutes that he was on the pitch. I thought he was the best player on the park, Thomas Partey. I thought he was really impressive, and it was such a injury-disrupted first season for Thomas Partey, and we could see in flashpoints just how good he could be in some of those performances. You go back to that win at Old Trafford at the start of the season last year, the game at Wolves before David Luiz got sent off. There was you could see how good a player Thomas Partey is, but those injuries really disrupted him, never got in any sort of rhythm. And, if Arsenal are going to play well, if they're going to do something good this season, if they're going to be a strong team, then you need Thomas Partey to play well. And I think we saw today encouraging signs from Thomas Partey. He looks fit, he looks sharp, he looks lean. Defensively, he did everything that you would expect from him, breaking up play, winning ball and going forward. But what he was doing in the final, well, not in the final third, but what he was doing to get the ball to the final third was really sort of eye-catching. I thought his ability to split the lines, his sharp passing, moving the ball quickly as well, which is what you really want. And that's what he did at Atletico Madrid, and we didn't really see too much of it during his first season at Arsenal, but he was really pierced in the lines with some of his passing today. And that will be a big boost to Mikel Arteta, and he just looks sharp, and that's a real encouragement for Arsenal as you sort of progress through to progressed through pre-season towards the start of the new season. Could have scored as well. Had a one good effort saved by Alan McGregor. Also took a free kick that went just over in the first half. Interestingly, that he's taking free kicks, because that was a real position for Nicolas Pepe to have one. It was more suited the left-sided player, but Partey took it. He put it just over. But the fact he took the free kick against Hibernian, the one that hit the post as well, suggests that maybe we'll be seeing Thomas Partey on set pieces from time to time this season, which will be an interesting one. But I think those two performances for me were the real sort of standouts. Tavares in the first half with a goal, and then just to Partey with his all-round display. I think that'll be pleasing for Mikel Arteta. Other performances in that, I thought Emile Smith-Rowe looked really, really bright while he was on the pitch, driving forward, unlucky not to score in either half, really. Had 2 good shots saved by Alan McGregor, so that'll be pleasing for Mikel. I thought he looked really, really lively. Emile looked fit, direct, so that'll be a plus point for Mikel as well. For Eddie Nketiah, when he came on, looked sharp. His goal was good in the second half. All his own work, really, running into the box. Could have potentially gone down for a penalty, but he stayed on his feet because he wanted to score, and he did score as a nice left-footed finish to make it 2-2. Reece Nelson was pretty sharp when he came on as well. So there were a few plus points for Mikel, and he'll take a lot from this game, because Arsenal were by far the better team. This was a game kind of like Tuesday night. They should have won comfortably, even more comfortably than Tuesday night. If they'd have won this 5-6, 7-2 even, I don't think Rangers have had too many complaints. Such was the quality of Arsenal's chances in the game. So there were plenty plus points for Mikel Arteta, but there are also some negatives, and those missed chances will certainly be a big negative for Mikel, because it's something, if it was a one-off you wouldn't be too worried, but the fact is it's just not a one-off. It's something we're seeing time and time again with Arsenal, and if they're going to be successful this season, they've got to be more ruthless in front of goal. It was something that plagued them last season, especially during the second half of the season. They just didn't take some of the really, really big opportunities that came their way. We saw it against Hibernian on Tuesday night as well, when they missed plenty. And then today as well it happened, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he did have an absolute shocker in front of goal. I'll caveat it by saying, look, I'd be more worried about Aubameyang when he doesn't get chances and he's not in the game and he's just a bit of a passenger, really. That's when I'm more worried about him. But when he gets chances and misses them, yes, it's frustrating, and it was frustrating today, but at least he's getting the chances, because on another day, look, Auba would have scored 3 goals today, no problem. He should have scored 3. He missed 3 absolute sitters in that first half. The type of chances he would normally put away in his sleep. But the fact he was in the positions that he got those chances, I'm not overly worried about it, because I'm sure in another day, say when Arsenal play into Milan in the Florida Cup in sort of next week, he gets those chances on another day, he'll score them. So I'm always more worried when Auba's not getting the chances than I am when he's missing them. But that will be a bit of a frustration for Mikel anyway, that Arsenal, that he didn't take the chances. It wasn't just him, like I said, Emile Smith-Rowe could have had a couple, didn't take his chances. 2 good saves from Alan McGregor. Fowler and Balogun in the first half, he went clean through, didn't take the chance, it was saved again. So there were plenty of them, and late on in the second half, after Nketiah had made it 2-2, Arsenal had chances as well. Willian put one over. They got some really good positions and didn't take them. So that'll be a concern, and also conceding both goals from corners as well. That'll be a big worry to Mikel, because they conceded one from a corner against Hibernian, even though it was offside against Hibs on Tuesday night. So you kind of can throw that one into the mix a little bit. But the ones today, Rangers barely had a sniff other than that, but 2 corners, 2 goals, and Arsenal need to improve on that. And it was something they were strong on last season. They didn't concede too many from corners, from set pieces. They've been pretty strong on that since Arteta arrived. So he will hope this is just a little bit of a kind of one-off lapse of concentration during pre-season. And he'll certainly want that to be as well. I'm sure he'll be working on that as once they get over to America now, to cut that out, because you don't want to be conceding and gifting the opposition goals from set pieces, because like I said, this was a game Arsenal should have absolutely won comfortably. They're not going to be overly bothered. It's pre-season, results don't really matter, but you want to get some sort of momentum as you progress towards the start of the season, and a defeat and a draw from your opening 2 games isn't ideal for that. So when Arsenal head off now, which they will do, they come straight back to London after the game today, and then got a couple of days. They fly out to Florida, I think on Monday. They've got Inter Milan, and then they've got either Everton or Milanaris in the other game before they head back to England. And Mikel certainly want to get at least 1 victory under their belts before they come back from England, just to start building that momentum ahead of it. And we should have another new signing on board in time for them moving over to heading over to America. Albert Lugongo, I'm fully expecting that to be done so that he can head over there. I'd be surprised, if it's not. He's been here a long enough time now to get through quarantine. and all that. From what I've understand, he's already been at Colney, so I can't imagine he's not going to have that finalised to be on the plane to America. We'll have to wait and see when that announcement comes, but he'll be heading over there. Ben White, no, he won't be over there, but that is a transfer now that is very, very close to being done. So he will join Tavares and Albert Lokonga as new arrivals. Barring any massive late-minute hitch, Ben White will be an Arsenal player. So £50 million bid has been accepted. Arsenal and Brighton have been in talks with Ben White for a long, long time. I've spoken about it numerous times on these videos, but a £50 million bid has been accepted now. That was accepted yesterday, which was Friday, by Brighton. You know, Arsenal were always confident this was a deal they were going to get done, despite having 2 bids rejected previously by Brighton. You know, the talks have been amicable. Both clubs have been working towards finding a solution because Brighton are well aware that this was decent sort of money. Arsenal have kind of made it clear they would be willing to meet the £50 million that Brighton wanted. It was just all about getting the structure right, getting the clauses right, the bonuses right, that sort of thing. That's what the clubs have been working towards in the last couple of weeks since the second bid was rejected. They've come to an agreement now. Personal terms aren't going to be an issue when it comes to Ben White. That's already been done and dusted behind the scenes with his representatives as this has all progressed. It's just the fact now that Ben White is on holiday because he's just finished with the Euros for England. He's gone off on holiday now. He's allowed 3 weeks off. I think he's going to be coming back early to get the deal done, get the medical done, that sort of thing, so it can be finalised. I expect he's probably going to be on holiday for about 10 days before he cuts it early. So he's not going to be going over to America. But hopefully by the time that Arsenal come back, that might well be a deal that is all finalised and Ben White will be an Arsenal player. And that's a big boost to Mikel Arteta because he's a centre-back Arsenal wanted. They've invested an awful lot of money in getting this one done. £50 million is the 4th most expensive signing beyond Pepe, Aubameyang and Lacazette. It's the most expensive defender in Arsenal's history. Big money, but it was always going to be big money because Brighton were in such an exceptionally strong position when it comes to Ben White. Long-term contract, only 23, England international, didn't need to sell. So Brighton in a strong position. They said, look, this is what we want from him. And it was up to Arsenal to pay that money. And ultimately, they've decided that Ben White is good enough, does have the potential needed to be worth paying that sort of money. Will he be a success? Fingers crossed he will. We'll have to wait and see. All signings can be hit and miss. This is big money, so Arsenal need it really to be a success. But they believe in Ben White. Mikel Arteta wanted him as the right-sided centre-back. They've got him now. They almost got him now. There's still a little bit to be finalised, obviously, when it comes to medical and all that sort of thing. But fingers crossed, barring any massive hitch, that Ben White will be an Arsenal player. And there's still plenty of work for Arsenal to do in the transfer window. They can't rest on their laurels now. Yes, this will be number 3 if you include Tavares and Lokonga. But there's plenty more to be done for Arsenal and plenty more that I'm expecting will be done for Arsenal between now and the end of the transfer window. That's about it from me. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, everyone. Please do enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.